Numerous restaurants offering a variety of local and international. If you enjoy your stay,
it's not about your eyesight and needs about. It's so crazy. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the morning of the trip. Right now I'm on my way to my homegirl's house so that we could all like ride together over to the airport. I did my hair last night. I didn't film it because I didn't know how to actually do this hairstyle, so I had to like basically attempt to, and I was really tired and I was like, I'm not gonna try to like attempt to do this and try to be like cute for a vlog at the same time. Let me just relax on that one. It came out good. It came out better than I expected it to. Actually, I'm surprised it even came out at all. Like, I really thought I was gonna try to do it and the shit just wasn't gonna do, you feel me? But when I get there, like, to Atlanta tonight, like, before we go out, like, I'm gonna have my homegirls, like, help me, like, fix it. And I want it to be actually, like, longer than this. So I'm gonna end up unbraiding some of this and then adding hair. I brought it with me, so it's longer because I want this shit to my ass, period. So I actually just came from Publix because I needed to weigh my suitcase. The airport is like, once it's 50 pounds over, you gotta pay an extra 150, and that was a problem that I came into the last time I traveled. Even though we were very much blessed, so we didn't actually have to end up paying it, I did not want to end up in a situation where I didn't get blessed this time, so I went to Publix to weigh my suitcase, and it's 37.5 pounds. So when I get to the airport, that shit better be 37.5 pounds. I'm not playing, okay? But I low-key want to get breakfast. I stopped by Starbucks and the line was looking like very much no. So I walked out and I went to this other place called Fit Foods Cafe, and their kitchen wasn't gonna open for another few minutes, as in my food wouldn't be ready for another 20, the lady was saying. And I don't want to all of a sudden be in like a super like time crunch. So I was just like, you know what, it's whatever. Like, I'm gonna see if I could pass by like a Dunkin' real quick, because they gonna make my shit with speed how I need it. I just need some water. I low-key want some coffee, and I just need something to like eat real quick, like to snack on, because I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm just sitting on the plane like real hungry, because then I'm just gonna start to get real pissed. Like, I'm gonna just be mad, and it's gonna be all good vibes this trip. But yeah, I'm excited for this trip. All right, y'all, so right now we is at the airport. We waiting to board the plane. We had gotten Starbucks earlier because we was hungry.
Starving.
And we just did some TikToks, huh? Yeah.
Numerous restaurants offering a variety of local and international cuisines. I hope you enjoy your stay.
It's not about your eyesight and needs about. It's so crazy. Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, lighting.
Okay. We're waiting to board the plane right now. We got about like an hour-ish so left until we gotta board. What's up? This lighting made me feel pretty. Why are you making me feel so pretty? But yeah, so we just finished eating Starbucks earlier and making some TikToks that y'all gonna see soon. Y'all gonna see it soon. But yeah, the next time I'm gonna see y'all is most likely in Atlanta. Airport fit check.
Recording? Oh, shit.
Say hi, Chloe. Oh my god. Oh, you know Chloe? What? Remy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Girl, you look so good. You look so
one time like that. In one time you do from the bottom. What is doing the steam is make your hair straight and it's not burn and damage your hair.
At least you're getting you right.
And take a look one time from here, okay? Now feel this time here. Perfect. Now feel it. Feel the difference.
Wow, that's nice.
Now this, it's not regular brush, it's a blow dryer straightener. If you like more straight, you look at the fade out. You see how it's right? This is natural straight with the brush. We use the fade out.
Nah, she gotta do at least the other side in the front.
One shot, one time, one piece, and look, you get a new hair.
He bought one of these already.
Here. Let him know. Alright, y'all, y'all don't cuss me out because it's the next day after the airport, but a lot had happened yesterday. So basically the car that we had gotten, it didn't really work out because on the website it was saying one thing, when we got to the counter it was a whole different story. So we didn't end up getting the car. The end of the night was kind of messed up because we didn't really have much like transportation. So we ended up going to a hotel and ended up being the wrong hotel, so we had to take another Uber to the correct hotel. But last night we really just went to dinner and then came back and went to sleep because it was a Wednesday night and it wasn't really nothing like going on for real, so we just cut the night short basically. But right now we's at the mall. Say hi, you guys. Say hello. Period. Right now we at Lenox Mall in Atlanta and it's so cute in here. Like it really makes the Florida malls look fucking disgusting. Like G shit. Like it really makes the Florida malls look like trash. But it's so cute in here and they're playing Christmas music and I love Christmas music. I low-key want to get my nose pierced today because the piercing that I be having in my videos is actually fake. But don't cuss me out because from now on y'all won't get footage. Period. Oh, so cute, so cute. If y'all ever want to know what I shop at, it's here. It's, hold on, not there, not cheese. Windsor, period. This is my f***ing store.
But yeah, that's the night view. I wish I had some boots.
Last time y'all had seen me was in Atlanta and the last thing I had basically recorded was us at the mall, and I'm sorry that it's, yeah. That night I had went to this lounge, pulled up probably like 20 minutes before the place closed. When we first walked in, it was a vibe, you feel me? Tables, hookah, like it was really like chill, the music was good, it was cool, it was nice, but it ended up closing 20 minutes after we had gotten there, so we ended up leaving. So when we left, we actually went to another place. When we went over there, we were like bet, we're ready to get lit because we was drinking a little bit, you feel me? So we get there and when I tell you it very much wasn't what we expected, it wasn't what we expected. When we get to the door, the bouncer's like $60 a person and we were like, oh, because mind you, I don't know, living down here, we're very used to getting into places either for free or for like the super low, because I feel like as females it's like, why are you paying to party? Like, why are we doing that? We were like, oh, that's cute, you feel me? And then the bouncer like immediately was like, you know what, y'all, I'm gonna say you guys are with me, and you feel me, like pretty girl shit, period. And then he brought us in and then had told the people to give us the band to get in and gave us a band to be able to drink. We were like, oh, okay, period, you feel me? So when we first walk in, I'm hearing rave music. Mind you, I'm not a rave, that's not what I am, that's not what my friends are, so we were really confused, but it was kind of like a, okay, maybe they'll switch it up. We walking in and then the first place he takes us to is the bar, and then he gets us all a cup of basically whatever we wanted, and I think we all ended up getting a cup of Hennessy, and we had already drank before that, mind you, so I actually didn't even touch my cup because I was ready like nah, like a bitch was like very much not even there already, and like he was lit. He was like, go have fun, you guys, da, 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 da. Upstairs there's an upstairs and a downstairs, and the downstairs is a whole pool of people, so many people just like in one space. I'm just sitting there, you know, waiting for one of my songs to come on, and it never did. I was so confused because, mind you, I've never been to rave before, not really my thing. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god, like people actually do. It just wasn't no music that I really knew for real, and they would just like mix it up. It's and I was like, oh my god, like I was just so in shock because I had never seen anything like that like in my life. Like when I tell you that whole time I just sat there and I just watched what was going on around me. Like I seen people in front of me jumping up and down, and I was like, Oh my god, because I'm used to going to the club and twerking. So we were only there for, I'd say, about 30 minutes, I believe, 30 to 45 minutes. At some point we were like, you know what, let's just go, because it really wasn't for us. But by that time we left, it was about like 3 in the morning ish, I'd say. We ended up just heading home. Like, we just started a movie, and literally every night we were there, we would get home like late at night. Like, we would just put on a movie or like a show or something, and I'd be like the first one to knock out after like 2 seconds. And I'm one of the main people who wanted that shit on. We had went to this breakfast place. It was called the Nest Cafe. Oh my god, if I ever go back to Atlanta, I definitely want to go back there again. It was a really cute cafe. It was giving me very much you vibes. It's in a few different shows where you see like a little cafe spot, and that was very much the vibe that it was giving me. It was like really cute. You feel me, like little chairs outside, but you know, it was cold, so we sat inside. And then where we went after that, I do not know. Okay, so I had actually skipped. I had to go look back at the itinerary. The sequence of events wasn't really making sense. The last time you guys had actually seen me was at the mall. After the mall, we had went to the Trap Museum, where they just have like pictures and like stuff that have to do with the artist the whole time they're playing music, and it's just a bunch of different places where you can take pictures. That place, I got some really good pictures. Yeah, I'm gonna insert some of the baddie pictures I had taken right here, period. It was a vibe, it was cool, it was fun. And then after that is when we had went to the lounge that I was just talking to you about. The next morning we were supposed to go to a pole dancing class, and that class was at 12, I believe, and it was about 30 minutes to an hour away from the telly. The night before, we had gotten home at like 3 something in the morning, so the next morning we did not wake up. I think it was like 10 or like 11 something. We were kind of like guys, like let's wake up, like we have to get ready. And then, you know, we look at how far it is, and it was kind of like by the time we're done getting ready and pop something in our mouth and drive over there, like they're not gonna let us in. It's gonna be done. I don't really remember what we did in that time before we had went to this barbecue place, but basically at some point we had gotten ready and we headed over to this famous spot in Atlanta called Haddy's Barbecue. When we got there, we ended up realizing there's 2, and we went to the wrong one. The one we went to is more so like chicken, and the one we wanted to go to is more so on the seafood side. Like, it was all right. I had gotten like this 3-piece like fried chicken with like mac and cheese and french fries. The fries was good. The mac and cheese was just cheese. Like, there was really no mac in that. And the chicken, it was good until 1.5 pieces into eating it. The first one, it hit. The second piece of chicken, and especially the third piece of chicken, it was really like skin-like. It was just disgusting. So I was just like, yeah, no. After we left, we ended up going to Cascade, and Cascade is a popular roller skating rink in Atlanta. I've tried roller skating, like not really, but a little bit. I just could not do it for shit. Only one of my homegirls knew how to roller skate for real, so she was over here like and me and like my other girls are like holding on to like the wall, barely a wall to hold on to. It was really fun, because for the first time I was actually able to like hold my balance, because I felt like every other time I tried to roller skate I would just stand and fall. We see like a bunch of professional roller skating ass niggas doing whole dance moves, like doing flips and shit. I was like, y'all look like professional dancers with like roller skates on. Like, if you're doing this with roller skates on, I could at least like swish around a bit, just move around a bit, like da 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 da, when you guys are doing whole like backflips and like shit. Like, that shit was crazy. I personally was screaming when it was my turn. Every time I like got a little bit of confidence and like tried to do it myself, I would just feel myself about to fall. So I was like, let me just relax. So we really didn't do much, and we didn't know what the we were doing. That was definitely, I could say for me personally, one of the highlights of the trip, because it was just so funny. And after that, we went back to the hotel, and the next day was brunch day. So we get all cute, everyone was looking really good, and we get to the brunch. And then when we get there, mind you, one thing that's really different that we noticed in Atlanta versus where we live near like Miami area is they're very strict on having to be 21 for things. We're all 20 besides the birthday girl, so that was really you always had to pay like 20 unless we just got in for free. We just paid the 20 to get in. I was the last person to go and try to pay my 20, I believe. We were talking to the bouncer, paying with the bouncer, and then there's another girl that she had to pass to get into the club, and then she was like, oh, it's another 20 to get in. And I was like, $40? Because it's like from down here when you don't really pay anything to $40, I was just like, is it worth it? Like, is it really worth it for real? Because mind you, everyone's experienced it, but sometimes it's really annoying when you go out and it's literally the best night of your life, and other times you go out and you're like, yeah, I could have stayed home. Like, and then the guy was just like, you know what, guys, no, don't leave, stay. All you have to do is pay the 20 for being underage, and then y'all can just get in. We don't have to pay the extra 20. So I was like, period, this is the treatment I'm talking about. So we get in and the place is lit. Mind you, at this point, I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten like all day. When I'm hungry, I start to get kind of annoyed and mad. So I'm just over here like ready to tussle. I'm just looking at this one eyelash like, oh my god, I can't believe I got on here with it. The girls basically want to try to get a section, right? What we wanted was to sit down and order some food because we was hungry, but you couldn't sit down without a section. You couldn't get a section without getting a bottle. She was saying basically for a section and one bottle, whatever 75 times 4 is, but like basically would have done 75 evenly amongst us and gotten the section. And I thought, to me personally, that was ridiculous, because I was like, wait, I can buy like 3 bottles for 75 or 1 bottle per person, because I thought that's what was said. And I was like, okay, like that sounds worth it. Like 4 bottles, like we're good for the rest of the trip. A bottle that you can buy at the liquor store for like $60 to like $100 be like $200 to $300, $400, $500 like at the club. So I was just like, yeah, no, if y'all think I'm gonna pay for uno bottle just to sit down, I'm not. A few minutes had passed by, and then these guys had ended up inviting us to their section. We were there for a few hours. It was fun. Like the, you know, the music was like really, really good. The DJ was really funny. That we had stopped by another place for one of our homegirls because she didn't eat at the club to go get food. We ended up going back to the telly, and we had actually plans to go to another club that same night. You know that TikTok where it's like club, another club, another club, another club? Bro, that's literally like the vibe like we was on for real. We had been at a brunch almost a full day, and then eat, go back home, rest it up, and going to another club. We actually ended up getting in for free as well. We were able to skip the line. It was called Revel, I believe. It was fun. We were in this like big ass section with like a bunch of other people. I actually wasn't even gonna come out that night because once we got home, we ended up like getting into bed and like chilling, and I ended up falling asleep. I was just tired. But when they were about to leave, 2 of my homegirls were looking at me like, let's go. You don't want to not go. It ends up being fun. We was just in a section, we was lit, we was drinking, we was listening to music. We came back home, I'd say around like 3 o'clock in the morning. Next day, we went to breakfast again at the Nest Cafe. After breakfast, we had ended up going to another brunch at the same club, Revel. We stood in line. We were all like just dead. We had a flight later on that night. So we were like, y'all just wanna go? And we were like, oh, yes we do. So while we're in line, we just like dipped and left, and we had went to the other Haddy's barbecue. It actually ended up being closed, but after that we had headed to a mall over there. If you ever been to Boynton Mall in Palm Beach, that's what it kind of resembles, but I'm gonna tell you low-key a little bit worse. We had left the mall. It was time to go drop off our rental car, so we went and dropped off the car and then took an Uber to the airport. That was our whole trip. I hope I didn't forget anything. The name of the video is gonna say come with me to Atlanta, and y'all didn't really get to come with me to Atlanta. Like, I'm in Florida right now. I do plan to go somewhere else in March for my birthday, but y'all will be able to come along with me for that. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video / story time, and next time I promise I'm gonna do better. Maybe not, but I'll try. I promise you I'll try.